Hey guys, I'm back and I'm in the car again, go figure. Hey, I have a question for you guys. Is anyone noticing realm jumping? So I've been realm jumping, yes, and I ask a question and the answer is automatically given to me. And I'm thinking this has something to do with the moon changes. So we're under a pink moon right now, extremely rare to fall. I believe in Libra. Again, I don't get too big into astrology, but I know we should not have two in one sequence or one sign. And so yeah. So anyway, last night I was totally energetic, couldn't sleep, had a day full of just energy. I was cleaning, got things accomplished. Last night I was up watching movies, got up this morning bright-eyed and with so much knowledge. I cannot remember astral traveling last night, so I don't know how or why, but I just woke up very intuitive, more so than normal. Normally I kind of channel and filter when I want to use it, or when, sometimes it just comes, obviously, but the kind of knowledge I woke up with today was, I don't know, I want to say unpresidential, and I don't even know what that word is, but it's very unique. So I'm really thinking I've been realm jumping, like a lot. And in that, I guess I'm just on here, really don't know why I'm on here. I guess I wonder if anyone else is experiencing any changes within themselves with this change of the moon. I don't know, it seems like all the questions that I've had in regards to spiritual side of things is coming into my reality without thought. I think it and it's there. It's not like I have to sit down and channel or meditate, or the answers are just given to me as soon as I ask them. So this morning I was randomly speaking upon things about Christianity and about spiritual law. As you guys know, that's something that I've been struggling with to understand the difference. Now, I don't struggle in the fact that I don't change my belief system, as you've heard, but I struggle in knowing the difference because sometimes I don't know if I am being right by God, by Jesus, and I want to make sure that I am. So that's just the question in everything I do. Are these videos good for me to talk about? Yes, it helps me vent, but is it good for me to teach about it is another story. These are just little things that doesn't really affect any of you guys, but it's just stuff in my subconscious. So when I speak on it to another psychic being, or somebody very in tune, then I'm able to ask without prejudice. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to ask these questions, and then normally he responds with his point of view. But today when I asked him some questions, it just came to me, and I was answering my own questions. And so this is unusual. And so this is growth in my own knowledge in realm jumping, but it also has to do with the moon changes. And so I guess I'm seeing things that, my cousins always told me that I am you and you are me, and I understood my higher self understood, but I guess my physical brain and my body did not quite understand how I could be you and you could be me. I woke up with that knowledge. I can speak on it because I know it, but it's so hard to explain here. But I guess it's like having the answer. If 2 + 2 = 4, you know the answer. So you know that you know it's right? However, do you know how you got that, the answer? I mean, what makes 2 + 2 4? You know what I'm saying? And so there are some missing links that I didn't have, although I see. So, I could see the answers, but I sometimes don't understand this in my physical realm. And I woke up this morning, man, and I was like, whoa, man, be careful what you ask for these days, guys, because anyone intuitive and advanced, man, you're gonna get your answers, right? So try this. If you guys haven't, I know channeling, a lot of you channel, but this moon's doing something. It's not just me. It is not just me, and I know it ain't. There's an awakening happening on our planet right now. But I ask you to just write it down. If you have an innermost question today, I want you to think it, and then I want you to find the person that you trust, whoever that is, somebody that will listen to you without prejudice. Like the person I speak with don't channel through Jesus, but he don't tell me not to channel through Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Because he's spiritual law. He goes straight to God. Now, he's not prejudiced against the fact that I chose my route, and I'm not prejudiced against the fact he chose his route. However, I can tell him, hey, I believe that I'm going to go because I went this way, and I hope that you go too. You know what I'm saying? But do I know for a fact that he's not going to go because he don't channel my way? No, I don't know those answers. My belief system says otherwise. But I guess what I'm saying to you is, this man is someone I could still trust. It doesn't matter. I don't judge him, and he doesn't judge me, and that's how we're to be, because that's how we grow. And that doesn't mean I'm ever going to change my belief system, nor does it mean he will. But it just means that we can work with each other to grow, and I feel like he grows me more than I grow him, because he's actually older and more wise, and he's been through this for many years. But so I guess my question to him today was, you know, I remember as a little girl, and I'm going to talk about Jesus because I have to tell you how I saw it. We're not going to get into a long, drug out conversation about it either. But when I was, and I've said it before, when I was a little girl, I had a dream, just a normal dream. I mean, it really felt normal, where I thought I was seeing Santa Claus, but I walked into this building and it was Jesus on a throne. I was probably 7 or 8 years old. And he asked me if I could have anything in the world, what would it be? And I said, I want my dad. He was in prison at the time. And that was the first thing without thought. You know, that's just what I knew I wanted. And within 3 months, he was released from prison 7 years early. The building that I was in at that time where Jesus was, okay, when I walked in to see him and I sat on his throne on his lap, it was a golden throne, it was beautiful. The building set catty corner on a square lot. This square lot was a corner lot, and the building was positioned abnormally. It was kind of like, it literally was setting catty corner on a corner lot. So there was no drive access into the corner lot. So if you can picture an angle, this building was faced this way, you know, at the point. So the entrance would be back here. Point is this: in real life, that building didn't exist. Okay, so at 7 or 8, I passed this location often, and that building wasn't there. Okay, so I remember telling my grandma as a child, hey, there was a building there in my dream, and Jesus was in there, and he asked me what I wanted, and I said my dad. My grandma was all excited, of course, because that was her son. And point is this: I drew the picture because my grandma was so happy about it, and you know, I could probably pull it out and show you guys. But anyway, the deal is that building was just built a few years ago, and the building was never there prior. So, say the building was built, I don't know, I mean, maybe 5 years ago. So anyway, I'm 35 years old, so the building wasn't there till I was 30 years old, at least. And it's a UAW building, and it's identical to the one I drew when I was 7 or 8 years old. So, my question was, how is it possible that at 7 or 8, we're talking past, but the building doesn't arrive until the future, okay? And we're talking deep spiritual knowledge here, but, you know, if you're watching this channel, you already know. Alright, so, that means, hello, this is what this means. Time does not exist, of course, we know that, but another thing is, okay, so I was realm jumping back then, is what I'm trying to say. So, in my reality at 7 or 8 years old, that building wasn't there. Okay. But in my reality, when I traveled in soul travel or in a dream form, in a conscious state, to Jesus, it was there in a higher frequency, which means it was in a different realm or dimension. So it appeared the same, but there was little tweaks, you know, a building here, building not here type of thing. So we consider that in our reality here to be, as, you know, I went in the future, obviously. To make sense of it in the human mind would be that I went in the future. But how can you go in the future when you're just still in a body of a 7 or 8 year old? So that was my question today. And as soon as I got the question out, I realized real quick that, yeah, it's because basically I was realm jumping and that building always exists. So when I was 7 or 8 years old, that building was there already. However, I did not see it with my physical eyes because my mind consciousness was at a different frequency. So I was able to realm jump in my astral travel. And so then it led me to the question is, well, if I'm realm jumping, does that mean that that building really isn't there right now? And I'm only seeing the building there now because I'm in a higher frequency realm to where now that building exists. You know, so then we go back into how do we create our own reality? Well, if we're able to realm jump in that kind of way, that means that every thought is creating another reality. It's not just splitting off, it's that your thoughts are actually creating you. So I'm awake in this one because this is my I feel like this would be my knowledge of advancement right now, but basically kind of living in the past in a way. But the ability to, if you release this veil, okay, see this world, let's lift the veil up. What do you see? You see you, right? And I know this is deep, but if you lift the veil of illusion, of realms, you know what I'm saying? Take all that out. You lift it up and you have you standing there. You what? Looking down on you in the past. So it gets so deep. And I guess I'm excited that I woke up to this knowledge. And I guess what that means to me at this point is not just I am waking up to this knowledge. However, I create my own surroundings. So, you know, I get the viewers that I think I'm going to get. I get the people living with me that I expect them to be. And so it's a reflection of myself. And all this came to me overnight. And I really wasn't trying to wake up seeking this information. I simply just woke up and asked a question and it was answered to me. So the universe is, and I will talk about Jesus always and God, because God created the universe. But the universe is opening up to where we are able to access this information. And I know my question is deep, and not everybody's going to have some kind of crazy question like I did, because not everybody experiences my reality. But a lot of people, even I'm no better than anyone else. Everybody has movements, emotions they're going through, and things they have to learn and experience and understand for themselves. So I don't care if you wonder why your dog is barking. I don't know. I mean, stupid little things. I can't think of no reason. But like whatever it is, like if you have a question, ask the question. Like ask the question, you'll be answered. Is what I'm saying. Like, and I bring up my dog because my dog keeps barking at invisible ass frequencies, and he'll just be sitting there barking. And I don't know. I feel like it's other soul forms in my home because I can see them sometimes, but I feel like my dog's seeing them, you know. So it's like, what the hell? But I haven't really asked that question. I don't really care why my dog's barking, really. I mean, like, but I'm just saying that something's happening, and I can't tell you what. So I've been experiencing this a long time in life, so I can kind of connect the dots is what I'm saying, and I can kind of understand what's happening in a way, but it's getting stronger, whatever it is, it's getting stronger. And I'm thinking when God comes, or when we transfer one of these days, whenever that may be, we're all experiencing our own growth, but it's to get us to heaven, right? And I know that. So there's things to learn, and we're being shown. So does everybody have to go through this before we get to the ultimate place where we're one with all? Because it's not going to happen in this reality. So we have to transfer, and I obviously know that's what's happening to us. It's just, you know, I guess I'm talking about it because I don't know. I think it's crazy. I think it's crazy if you think to lift the veil. I don't know why that keeps coming to my head, but lifting the veil from your eyes. This illusion, if you lift it, what do we have? We're standing by ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We are creating everything. So I'm not saying we're God, because I don't like that. We're not God. I think God's showing us, hey, you know, let me lift you to where I am, to where you could coexist with me one of these days. And I think it's a learning process for everyone. And some people aren't here at all. Some people are still trying to pray about rent and having money to eat and all this stuff. And I get that. They're going through relationship problems, you know. It's life. And life circumstances doesn't go away. They're lessons. They're there for a reason. So it doesn't matter if you're spiritually advanced or if you're dealing with physical dimension reality. I too deal with physical dimension reality. My problem is half the time I don't know what the hell I want, and I'm just trying to figure out me, you know. But I think that as long as you ask, and I don't care how you go about asking, because, you know, I pray everything. You guys know that. I'm always talking about Jesus, and he will never leave me, ever. But I'm telling you, something's going on with the moon, and if you ask something, I really feel it to be delivered. Whether you hear it like I do or not, it's going to come to you. Somehow the answers are going to come to you. I'm psychically attuned enough to tell you that there's some kind of alignment going on. And any kind of viewers I have on here, I know it's not many, 30, and I'm so thankful for the subs I do have because they grew quickly. But I'm just saying, for you guys that do watch this stuff, believe in it, but also just simply ask yourself what it is that you're struggling with, and ask the question. I don't care. Send it to somebody that you trust, somebody that's not going to judge you, or even just write it down. Whatever you got to do to flow that out, and like literally wait for a response. Like, it's going to come to you, rather in the form it come in knowledge, or if it just comes in action, because your surroundings will open up to let you know this is what needs removed, or this is what you need to do from here. It'll help you channel your innermost thoughts, and it goes beyond superficial, man. It's not just like, let me write it down and figure out what I want and sort things out in my own head. This is going to come from a higher up, because we're aligned correctly in the universe right now. Our moon is doing some trippy ass things, and so I just urge you guys to take this time, you know, that's been given to us to fix things in our own lives, because I'm not unique to it. It's everybody. You just have to know and trust in it. So it's not even no magic, you know. I'm against that too. So, man, my words almost sound contradicting, but, you know, I have to speak it, and it is what it is. I don't care what anybody says. I live it, so I'm speaking it as I live it. And I just want to help you guys, and if I can help you guys, like, declutter your house, now is the time. Now is the time. Okay? So that's all I wanted for now. I am going to my son's bass weigh-ins today, and I'm excited. He is 15, fishing with adults, and he's actually going to nationals this year. So he's got a sponsor for bass fishing. I'm pretty excited for him. And so I'm getting ready to go to weigh-ins now, and it's gonna be a good day. But that's all. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, share. That way we can build more audience, and it's not money I'm seeking, it's just knowledge that I'm trying to spread, and I want to grow together, because that's what we're here to do. All right, guys, peace.